Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Marshall live, and I am live. And in this video, I want to share with you the fastest. I'm talking the fastest way to get booked and paid to speak in 2024. And I guarantee you it's not what you think. So, this video, I'm just going to come right out and say it right now. It doesn't matter if you're watching this live or on replay, okay? If you are wanting to get paid to speak in 2024, if you have a story that is so inspirational, that's so empowering, that it has the ability to save somebody's life, then this video is for you. If you have a message, if you have a movement, if you have this thing that you believe in so much and you think that by sharing it with the world, it's going to make the world a better place, then this video is also for you. But I'll be real honest with you. If you're, let's say, like a type A personality, if you do everything by the numbers and inside the lines and everything's got to be prim and proper and exactly the certain way, right? If that's you, I'm gonna be real honest, you're probably gonna want to just turn this video off, okay? Because the way that I do everything, the way that I get booked and paid to speak, the way that I built Top Paid Speaker, the way that I've sold over $2.5 million of my own coaching advice with speaking is different than probably what you're thinking. And to be honest with you, you're probably just not going to like me. Like, to be honest with you, right? Like, I color outside the lines. I don't do things the right way. So you should probably switch this video off. I'm just keeping it real. All right. But for those of you who are wondering who this video is for, if you consider yourself, let's say, like a maverick, a misfit, an outlaw, an outcast, like generally just somebody that society has disowned, pushed aside, forgotten, then this video is definitely for you. And so when we talk about getting booked and paid to speak, one of the things that I discovered about getting booked and paid to speak when I started in 2016 is that there's like this very like cookie cutter within the lines, do this, and then do this, and this, and you'll maybe get into a pool of people who are picked from. So you can speak on our stage to all of our employees who actually don't even want to be there anyways, but they're mandated to come to this conference once a year. Like that, that's how I started off speaking, because that's what getting paid, booked and paid to speak means, right? And so in 2016, here I am, I'm this broke bartender. I've been doing online coaching and training at that time for about 2 years now, making some decent money, but not enough to quit my bartending job full time. I'm learning the ropes, I'm learning digital marketing. But as a lot of you know, well, here it is. Your message is your message, right? You guys know that I attempted my life when I was in my 20s, didn't tell anybody about it. My best friend called me up in 2014 asking for help, called me one night. I ignored his call, and a month later, he took his life, right? And a lot of you know that for a long time, that messed me up in a lot of different ways. I've since reconciled that, but that's how this entire top paid speaker thing started, is that your mess is your message. And so here I am. It's 2000, the end of 2015, and I'm wanting to get booked and paid to speak. I want to share my story about my attempted suicide and how I lost my best friend because I never spoke up and shared with him how much regret I was filled with the moment I tried to take my life, or how embarrassed I was when I woke up the next morning, and how looking back on it was the last decision I should have ever made. Like, I never told Dustin that. And that's how your message came to be. Now, for me personally, when I wanted to start to learn how to get booked and paid to speak, I was like, that's the message I'm going to share with the world. Your message, your message. I'm going out there and I'm going to talk about suicide prevention and anti-bullying in schools and alcohol and drug abuse. Like, I'm going to go, right? And so here I am. I'm this full-time bartender, part-time branding coach as I was building my brand. And I want to be a motivational speaker, except everywhere I go, I don't know how to get booked to speak. Like, where do you even go find people that to like hire you to speak at their event? Like, I had no idea. And so I hit the internet, and the internet tells me all kinds of things. Okay, well, first you have to get your talk together. You have to figure out what you're going to talk about. You have to figure out who you're going to tell the story to, and then you got to figure out what kind of events and what kind of events that you want to speak at, right? I'm like, okay, so I get this message down as best as I can tell from the research I did online, like write a speech, right? Which, looking back on, I wonder how good it was. Then I figured out, well, who's the best people for me to tell this to? Like, who do I tell this to, right? And I figured out the audience I wanted to speak to. And then I'm like, well, what events do I want to speak at? And the next thing was I had to go out and figure out, okay, well, where are these events that I want to speak at? Okay, cool. All is fine and dandy. Now, there's this thing called a speaker one sheet. And basically it's one sheet Okay. It's like one sheet that says who you are. It's like your picture has a couple bleeps like right here. And then it has like some places you spoke at, topics you can speak at. It's one sheet, speaker one sheet, right? And so you make your speaker one sheet and then you start cold emailing all these events. I'm like, okay, so this is what we do. So I'm cold emailing these events with my speaker one sheet. You know, I've done some stuff with personal branding. I'm making money online. I've overcome suicide. And you know, these are the things I'm trying to preach and share. So I'm doing what you do to get booked and paid to speak. I start emailing my one sheet out to all these events and all these coordinators. And guess what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened because nobody knew who the fuck I was. Nobody knew who I was. So nobody was interested in hiring me because in comparison to all the speakers that I was at going up against, I had nothing to show for it. Even though I had made a bunch of money online already, I had nothing to show in the speaking world. So now here I am. I have this life-saving message that I believe can change the world, that can literally save people's lives. I know how to use it to empower people. And I know I want to get booked and paid to speak. And I went online and I'm literally following every single thing it said to do to get booked and paid to speak. And I literally could not get booked because nobody knew who I was. I had no experience. Cool. So I did not let my dream die there. What I started to do is I started to attend a bunch of networking events in San Diego. I lived in San Diego at the time. Maybe you live in Phoenix. Maybe you live in Dallas. Maybe you live in Boston, Tampa, wherever metropolis you live in. I would literally in San Diego, this is like 2016, right? San Diego, there's a fucking meetup every single night of the week, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 days this year because it is leap year. And so here I am. I'm like, I'm just going to start going to these events. So I start going to these events. I'm like, if I want to speak, I should probably hang out where people are speaking. I had no intentions, you guys, except to be where people are speaking and where events are happening. So I go to the meetups and day after that, I'm going to like 5 meetups a week, you guys, sometimes two meetups in the same night because I'm single at the time. I'm hungry to grow my business. I want to get booked and paid to speak. I want to share my story about Dustin. I want to talk about your message. And so here I am going to these meetups, and finally I start to get invited after a couple of months to speak at these meetups. And so I'm speaking at 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes at these meetups. I'm not getting paid for it. And I was not allowed to sell anything when I was speaking at these events. So here I am. I'm trying to quit my job. I'm trying to have freedom. I'm trying to save lives. I'm trying to become a paid speaker. And I'm having literally no luck, even though I'm doing everything, all the research, everything I can find online, I'm doing. It's not fucking working. I'm speaking at these meetups for free. I'm crushing it. People are literally coming up to me and they're like, bro, your story that saves my life. That's going to change everything. I mean, people with tears in their eyes, right? Because I'm being so vulnerable and I'm sharing this powerful story. And at the same time I was doing all this, I already had an online brand established. I was already starting to become Marshal Live. I was doing live streaming videos. So naturally, every time I went to one of these meetups to speak, because I wasn't allowed to sell to the audience there, right? And because I wasn't famous, because nobody knew who I was like, well, at least I have an online platform, a brand I'm building. And because I'm always talking about these cool things I'm doing and showing my life, I'll just live stream my talks for my audience to see. And so here I am. I'm about ready to give up on speaking. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I'm getting booked to speak at these meetups that I can't sell at, that I'm not being paid to do. And so the last thing was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to set up my tripod. Now check this out. This is how you get booked and paid to speak in 2024 fast. Literally, I'll tell you right now in this video how you can make your first $10,000 in 30 days if you already have a proven offer. I can show you how to make $10,000 in 90 days, even if you don't have a proven offer. If you already have a proven offer, I bet you, if you have a high ticket proven offer right now as a coach or a consultant, I guarantee you that we can get you to 100K in 90 days. But I digress. That's how powerful this is. And I did not fucking know about it at the time this was happening. And so here I am. Actually, I remember the meetup I was at. It was called Tacos and Coaches. Tacos and Coaches. I was in La Jolla, California, ran by Alex. I cannot remember his last name. Gangster marketer. Anyways, so I'm there. I set up my tripod. And I walk up on the little stage, which wasn't a stage, just in front of the room, right? I walk up in front of the room, like, hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Marshall Live. Just give me 1 second. We're going to get into this talk, all right? And I have this tripod, and I set my tripod up, and I put my phone in there, and I go live because I already had everything like all typed up. And I go live, And I'm like, hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Marshall live, and I am live, and I'm out here tonight at Tacos and Coaches in La Jolla, California. I have a whole audience here. Hey, everybody say hi, hi. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get to work right now. So I'm just going to leave you guys right here. If you have any questions about anything after the video, let me know and I'll answer below. Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for being patient with me. And then naturally what happens? People are like, yo, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, yo, don't mind them. That's just my live streaming audience. I have an online brand, Marshall Live, where I share tips on X, Y, and Z, the things I sell, where I share tips on X, Y, and Z. So naturally, what the fuck do you think every single person in that audience does as I'm saying this? They pull out their phone and they watch the live stream. Because I was already making content online daily, and because I was making live videos daily, when those people in the audience who had never seen me before hopped online and they saw the brand, and because it was so well curated, which was kind of accidental, kind of not, they were like, oh my God, like this guy, look at all this, look at him. He must be an expert, right? Now, simultaneously, what I also did not realize is that when I started live streaming these talks I was giving for free, remember, I'm all frustrated. I'm all frustrated because I can't figure out how to get booked and paid to speak like the internet told me I was supposed to be able to do. I followed all the exact steps. I did all the things, downloaded all the free PDFs, went to all the free webinars. Like, I know how to get booked and paid to speak. I'm going to go do it. Wasn't working. Here I am at this free meetup. I'm talking. I can't sell anything. I'm not being paid to be there. I set up my tripod. I go live. People in the audience, they find me online and they're like, holy shit, this guy's an expert. Now, the people who only see me online, like most of you watching this video right now, what happened is you've been seeing me a talking head like this for so long that now all of a sudden a pattern interrupt comes and you see me at this event and I'm speaking live and I'm doing the thing. You literally actually see me out here in front of an audience doing the fucking thing I say I'm going to do, that I say online that I do. Like, do you understand the power of what I'm saying when I talk like that? And so all of a sudden, the people online who watch my brand, all the things I talk about, and I know what I'm talking about, the caveats, all this is you have to actually be good at what you do. And they know what I'm talking about. They see me out here doing the thing. And they go, damn, that dude must be a fucking expert. He's really out there doing it. Now, the reason that's so important is because what I've done, I didn't understand at the time, but it's literally what my company, Top Paid Speaker, is built on and how we're able to scale coaches and consultants and speakers so quickly, is because I hacked authority. I had absolutely no authority, but because people started to see me everywhere, I became omnipresent. And because I was actually good at what I say I'm good at, and because I learned how to talk in frames, there's an art. You can either be a public speaker or you can learn the art of speaking to sell. Okay, they're not the same. If you want to learn how to be a confident speaker, go to Toastmasters. It's free. It's garbage, but it's free. If you want to learn the art of speaking to sell so you can stand on video or stage and sell with words and stories, that's speaking to sell. Okay. I call it, my version of it, which I'm talking about now, high ticket speaking. You've probably never heard the term high ticket speaking because I made it up. I invented high ticket speaking. That's what I'm explaining to you. This is how you can get booked and paid to speak in 2024. So here I am now. I'm have my online brand. I'm starting to speak at meetups, and I started to realize that holy crap, like I have a whole bunch of power here. I just hacked authority. All these people that I saw at this event just started following me online, and now they want to work with me. Some of the people that were hot leads and warm leads on social media, they saw the thing. Now they want to work with me. Money's coming in. Here's the thing that I learned next, though, the next problem I ran into is that when I wasn't speaking at the meetups, the money stopped coming in like it was when I was speaking as often. And I was like, damn, so really what it comes down to is I have to figure out how to speak. I got to get more opportunities to be on stage. Okay, cool. So I thought that meant go to more meetups. And I did. I spent my time and my energy and my money, and I was just coming so burnt out and so razor thin trying to keep up with these meetups, book stages, run my business, market, create content, do all the things. I was just like, oh my God, it's exhausting. Like, and still, even though I was getting popular online, nobody was booking me and paying me to speak yet. So here I am. Because you have to understand that getting booked and paid to speak as a traditional speaker is just as much of a job as selling your business right now. Because instead of selling your prospects to buy your products or service, you have to fucking sell all of the event coordinators on hiring you to come talk at their thing. And you have to understand that most event coordinators don't necessarily really care about what's going on. Their number one job is to make sure they pick a speaker that doesn't get them fired. right? So they usually go with the safe choice, the most obvious choice, the most reliable choice, the choice with the most experience that's going to give them the least liability. So you have to understand when you're a brand new speaker and you're starting out in this pool of speakers who have built reputations, who have been to these events, who all these people know, it's going to be near impossible for you to get booked. And when you do, your fee is not going to be that great. Now, is there a shit ton of universities and schools and churches and business and associations and conferences? Yes. But to be honest, especially in 2024, there are more speakers available to speak than there are stages at conferences, associations, schools, all the things. There are too many speakers in the market today, period. So even if getting paid and booked and paid to speak was hard back then, now in 2024, it's going to be even harder, especially if you're brand new. That's why I'm telling you what I'm telling you right now. So I started to realize, well, I have this online brand. The reason I got into business is because I wanted to make a bunch of money. I wanted to help a bunch of people, and I wanted to be able to work from my phone and do it from anywhere in the world. That was always the thing. Forever and always, that's always been the thing. So now here I am, I'm getting into speaking, and I realized, well, golly, I'm not really free at all. I've created a job for myself because my business is only dependent on the number of stages I can have to fuel the top paid speaker brand. So if I'm not speaking, then what the fuck? So I realized one day I was at a meetup and this guy was talking about hosting your own meetup. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, host my own meetup. And that's when it hit me because at the time I was already doing these things. At the time, I've been hosting virtual events since 2016. Okay. Um, I used to call them digital events, but I say virtual now because that's what the lingo is. But I've been doing digital events or virtual events since 2016, which meant in the beginning, it was like once in a while. It was like every couple, or every like 6 to 8 weeks, I would do like a virtual workshop or a digital event, and I would enroll a bunch of people into it, and then I would sell them all at the end. And I started to realize because I hate booking sales calls, I hated being on the phone for my online business. I started to realize it was more beneficial for me to make live content every day, just like this, and to tell you guys, hey, yo, I got this workshop that's coming up. I got this event that's coming up. I got this challenge that's coming up. If you want to be part of it, hit me up. And then every day I'm making content like this. I'm promoting my event. And then once a month or every 6 to 8 weeks, I would host this event. It would have like 30 to 50 people in there. And then, I would get 10 to 20 of them to buy my product, my high ticket product. And so that's how I got rid of sales calls in the beginning. I was just hosting these events. So here I am now in the real world. I'm at this meetup. The guy says, yo, bro, like you should just host your own meetup. I'm like, oh my God, why hadn't I think about that? I literally host a virtual meetup essentially once a month online or like every 6 to 8 weeks online already. I was like, I wonder if I increase the frequency of that virtual event, if I host that once a month, and then I also add 3 local meetups to my plate. So I want to get booked and paid to speak. I have a message that I'm passionate about. I have a coaching program to sell. I don't know how to get booked and paid to speak. Nobody knows me, and my message isn't getting out there. Does that sound familiar? So now here I am. I'm like, okay, cool. I've understood. Oh, I keep forgetting I already wrote this out. So here I am. This is me in the middle. I have this online platform here, which is my live videos. I have this offline platform here, which is meetups. All of a sudden, I'm doing meetups once a month and I'm hosting the event once a month. And guess what happens? My ideal audience starts to see me as a what? As a speaker. So now I have 2 days of the month that I sell. I sell 2 days of the month. Okay. I spend the month driving traffic to my virtual event. And over here, my meetups, I do the same thing. So what you're looking at is the high ticket speaking blueprint. But what I've created is my own economy. I call this the social selling ecosystem. Because as a speaker in 2024, my number one objective is to get the audience onto my social media platforms. That's it. If I'm going to speak to people, if I'm on a podcast and they're like, hey, where can we find you? Hey, like, tell us more about what you got going on. I'm like, bro, I use an LP, obviously, right? Us versus them. I use an us versus them frame. So I try to distance myself from all the other speakers, all the other coaches, all the other influencers, us versus them. I want my people to come with me. So when people ask me that, you should, if nothing else in this video, this is one little tactic you should take away. That when people ask me, hey, where can we find you? What's coming up next? What do you have to offer? I always go, hey, you know what? I'm just a regular dude like all of you out there. I'm not out here trying to sell something, to pitch you, or push something down your throat. If you want to connect with me, just follow me on social media. Send me a message. We can be pals. If you guys want to be friends, okay, cool. Just like send me a message on social media, whichever platform you use, and we'll jam and connect there. All right, cool. Like it's very, yo, take it or leave it, right? And then when people go to my social media platform, it doesn't matter which one it is, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, does not matter. They are all set up to be the top end of my funnel. Top end of my funnel. Like, oh, I'm on my phone, or I'd show you. Like, if you go to my Instagram right now, the bio says helping speakers scale to $30,000 to $100,000 months with high ticket speaking. And then it has a link, secret paid speaking strategy, which when you click it is the opt-in to my list and a free training. And then it gets you, it email markets you automated daily to sign up for the next monthly virtual event that I have going on. Like it's all set up and fucking done. Done. I thank you, ClickFunnels. Thank you, Russell. Why am I telling you this? Because a lot of you want to get booked and paid to speak in 2024. And I'm telling you, the power to get booked and paid to speak is literally right in your hands. Just book yourself. Build your own stage, book yourself, and then use your talking to save lives, to empower people, and to drive traffic to your freaking offer. Like this is not complicated. So here in Montana, it's a little different. Where I'm at in Montana right now, the meetup strategy doesn't work as well. So I've had to go to hosting actual events, which in this strategy, the free virtual meetup online and the free offline meetup, those are free, right? But things that will maximize this or amplify or speed this up is if you actually start hosting your own actual events. It could be a 1-day summit, it could be a 2-day intensive, 3-day boot camp, right? Right here. And then obviously if you put ads, that'll speed it up too. And if you put ads on this side, that'll speed it up as well, right? The only variable here is leads. So here in Montana, I'm not doing as many meetups because I can't get as big of a following to make it the juice worth the squeeze, but I can host events. So still the whole same thing is in play. And everything again leads back to, hey, just follow me on social media. I'm just getting traffic to my social media channels. That's it. And speaking, because speakers speak. Everyone's like, oh, well, I want to speak. I want to be a speaker. Then the fastest way, sorry, somebody called me. I just want you guys to remember that the fastest way to get booked to paid to speak in 2024 is to build your own stages. The easiest way to do that is to start with a virtual event. So your virtual event can either be a 3-day virtual event or a 5-day challenge if you're selling high ticket. So if you're a coach, a creator, course creator, consultant, trainer, like if you have a high ticket offer to sell and you want to sell more of them in less time with less work and you want to learn how to make a month's income in 1 day, then you're going to want to be able to have these enrollment events. Okay. I know from personal experience that if you have a high ticket package to sell, so let's just say $6,000, let's just say $5,000 and up, then you're definitely going to want to use either a 3-day virtual event or a 5-day challenge. If you want to know what the real gangster shit is, you use 5-day challenges at the top end of your funnel to get new leads in. And then once they're in your level 1 program, then you promote to the people who have already paid you, you promote to them to come to your 3-day virtual event to sell the next level up. So me, for example, it's like, I've got 1 offer, 2 offer, 3 offer, right? So I'll use my 5-day challenge to get people into my mid-ticket offer. My low ticket offer, I'll use a different funnel. Like for my low ticket offer, I give away my course for free. And then throughout the course, I'm constantly saying, hey, if you want to get in depth with this stuff, join the inner circle, which is like $2.99 a month. Okay. So launchmyspeakingcareer.com, get access to I'm not telling you guys this, I'm trying to sell you guys this. I'm telling you this so you steal it. Like I just stopped selling my course and I started giving my course away for free. So you can go get my top paid speaker course for free. You opt in, obviously you get on my list. That's the trade-off, right? And then I can also throughout the course and throughout the videos, I'm telling you, hey, go join the inner circle. It's $2.99 a month. Okay, let me help you with this stuff. That's level 1. Now, that's always running. That's always running. That's like the baseline. Everything's always driving traffic towards building that list. LaunchMySpeakingCareer.com is my list builder. Okay, take my free course. That's the list builder. Okay, now when that's up and running and my content machine is running every day, that's great. Now I'm also going to get to work on doing a challenge because I love you guys. And so a lot of the new people coming in and those of you who have been kind of kicking the tires, I'm like, I wonder if working with Marshall is the right thing for me. I'm like, yo, let's do a 5-day challenge. In 5 days, I'm going to help you build your high ticket speaking business and show you how to get your first $10,000 in 90 days or less. In 5 days, like literally, that is the challenge that I'm running, right? So I'm telling you, like, okay, cool. Here's the 5-day challenge. I'm going to take people through the challenge. I'm going to literally build out their entire high ticket speaking business in 5 days with a complete game plan and strategy on exactly how to go get their first $10,000 online. At the end of that challenge, I'm going to say, hey, guess what? If you like working like this with me in a group like this, then you should think about joining my mastermind. Okay? It's $1,000 a month. And in there, this is what we're going to do, and this is what you're going to get. Okay, now you see, this 5-day virtual is getting people, because now they've experienced what it's like to work with me in a group, and they may want more of that. So my low ticket offer is a monthly training plus Q&A and access to some like training calls, like live training calls, but you don't get it really any access to me at this $299 level. You get every single thing that you need to build your business step-by-step, trained by me via video, and you get our awesome community. But that's $299 a month. To be able to actually have time with me and sit down and and for you coaches, you should just steal this. Like I'm just telling you, you should steal it. The model, I mean, for $1,000 a month, you can hop on a call weekly Zoom. You get weekly coaching from me personally and all the other people in the mastermind, and you get private in-person masterminds quarterly, and you get like a couple of one-on-one calls with me. Like that's the mastermind level. So my 5-day virtual event that I'm speaking and doing, I'm speaking, I'm sharing. We're going to have guest speakers. It's a speaking. I've built a platform. I am a speaker. I'm going to be giving a 5-day challenge that I'm speaking at. Do you understand? Speaking in 2024 doesn't mean just being on a physical stage somewhere. So here I am in this 5-day challenge. I'm going to use that to sell my mid-ticket offer. And then lastly, once the people are inside the mastermind or inside the inner circle, every quarter I'm going to host a 3-day virtual event. It won't be open to the public. It'll only be open to the members of my community. And at that 3-day virtual event, I will literally do everything in my power to make them an even more elite speaker, elite leader, elite influencer, help them raise their income, have more time, have more quality of life. Like that's the goal. But there will be a high ticket offer at the end of that to work with me one-on-one. And that's $3,000 a month. So it's like simple. Like the pricing's like, you guys get it? It's like $300 a month, $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month. This is access digital. This is digital access to me. This is group access to me. This is one-on-one access to me. So with that being said, like literally all I have to do is find platforms to speak on. I could be speaking on somebody else's podcast. I could be speaking on my podcast. I could be speaking in front of the church. I could speak at a meetup. I could host my own event, my own boot camp, my own intensive. I could do virtual events. I could do a virtual challenge. Like understand if you want to get booked and paid to speak in 2024, you have the fucking internet and a mobile phone. You can start doing that right now without making all the dumbass excuses you've been making. And I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just being real. Like, I can't tell you how many of you have told me, I want to get paid to speak. I have this message. I would love to do more. My best friend just killed himself. My this. If I just want to share this message, then go share the fucking message. You don't, what are you waiting for? Maybe, I know what you're waiting for. I know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for this video. You're waiting for this video for God, the universe, to send you a message. Hey, this is your message. This is God and the universe telling you in 2024, it's time to start sharing your message. And if you don't want to go through all the rigmarole and bullshit and type A, like follow all the systems and rules and just getting paid, booked to pay to speak, then you should just do your own shit like I do. Build your own platforms. Everywhere where you see top paid speaker, just replace these banners and the things I'm saying and the wristbands with your brand or whatever you sell. It's simple, and steal this formula. It looks just like this. Here, this is it. This is the formula. Personal brand, step 1. Step 2, offer creation. Step 3, setting up the funnel. The one funnel you'll ever need, literally one funnel to rule them all. You only need one funnel. That's it. Your low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket offer are all, and nurturing sequence are all built into this one funnel. It's the best funnel that there is. One funnel. Then you need to learn how to fill your funnel. Then you need to learn how to story sell. Literally, with those 5 steps alone, that's all you need to start a high ticket speaking business. Looks just like this. All right. Cool. I hope this helps somebody. Be a friend, tell a friend, share this to your timeline or your story. Maybe somebody who wants to get booked to pay to speak in 2024 will see it. Or maybe you are that person that wants to get booked to pay to speak in 2024. And if that's so, hit me up. Let's be pals. And let me show you how to take your offer and turn it into a high ticket speaking offer. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.